Hello, everybody, and welcome to PixelFlickr. That is both the channel's name and the name that I go by, your host of the channel, PixelFlickr. I am a content creator. A very distinguished title, I know. Or at least I'm someone who used to make content. I used to make content a while ago on YouTube. I used to upload daily for a very short period. And then I moved to doing art stuff, and I did like Twitch and stuff for a while, and now I think that I am finally in the position that I want to be back here on YouTube, making things. I look a lot nicer than I did when I first started, I think. And I also think I'm just more genuinely better equipped to start YouTube now. You know, I have these sound panel thingies that absorb the screams that emit from my throatular. I also learned better methods of thumbnail editing and stuff like that. I also know now the proper methods to go about recording as well. You see, what I did in the past is I uploaded for a period of one or 2 months where I uploaded daily, and you know, I was very passionate. I was driven greatly to upload, and I wanted to make content, but I went about it in probably the most inefficient way possible this could ever be done, really. Because you see, how I did it then is I would come home from my classes every day, and I would sit down and I would record the content for one video, presumably the next day, and I would edit that the very same night, and I would repeat that process for a whole month. That's not very efficient. Because you see, this is something that the Game Grumps used to, not the Game Grumps, who are the old Game Grumps who aren't Game Grumps, who host a talk show, who are woods themed? Good Mythical Morning, that's who. Yeah, those that's the Game Grumps, yeah. But what Good Mythical Morning used to do a long time ago when they were first starting the show is they would sit down together in front of their table with their lovely green background behind them and the artwork and the desk and the microphone and all that, and they would sit down and record the next day's Good Mythical Morning. Or it was called something else back then, but I don't remember. But I remember them talking about this and them saying that it made their lives miserable in a way. You know, they weren't a lot of times happy when the recording stopped. You know, they were mad at each other, frustrated if something didn't go right, and it was all very hectic. And you know, when you're recording like that, it's bound to happen. That's the spawning ground for stuff like that. But you know, they learned for the better, and I think that is something that I am greatly inspired by right now, is their method. Their new method, not their old method, because that was a bad idea. But how they do it now, along with most other people, is they set aside 1, 2, or even 3 days a week to sit down and record a bunch of things in sessions. They don't break it up day by 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 day, because that is just absolute living heck. But with the scheduled days for like recording sessions and stuff, and recording multiple videos in advance, you also have more time for editing those all in a row and preparing in advance, which is much more efficient and a lot less stressful than recording same day, editing the night, and getting it ready for the next day, which is what I used to do and was not very good for anyone. And I think the reason why I used to do it is because that's how a lot of people used to do it until they learned the method of block recording and editing things throughout a week and making an actual schedule that wasn't going to kill you. So yeah, long story short, I learned my lesson in the methods, which is probably the thing that got me not burnt out, but just not want to do it again in the first place, is because I knew that the way I used to do it was a whole lot of work. But now that I've learned my lesson and I know now how to do it better, I'm a lot more willing to get back into making videos and stuff. And I know a lot of people will say, you know, like, oh, you don't have to do a schedule and stuff, but it's nice though. It's nice to do more than one video a month, one video every, in my case, a year. But you know, it's nice to have a schedule and repetition and stuff like that. Not only for channel growth, but just for the sake of having consistency. That's the word. So what does all of this mean exactly? This means that this is hopefully going to be the channel renaissance of PixelFlickr. Yay! And with that channel renaissance that I am calling it currently, there are going to be a whole bunch of new videos. I've got a big wall of stick notes right here of video ideas, and hopefully they're going to be new thumbnails in the style of something like this, along the way this, maybe, could be. I also redesigned all the channel assets, so like the banner, I recolored my logo slightly, we got that fancy intro, and we've got a new outro coming, and we also got a new outro song that I think is pretty good, pretty snazzy, and you know, I think it was in need of a rebrand if ever I did jump back into it, because it would just feel a little wrong, or feel a little old. It just wouldn't feel right to me, I guess. You know? I think you know, yeah. And along with the channel renaissance, I have been getting more active on Twitter than I used to be, so you can go ahead and check that out as well. But also, even bigger than Twitter, I know Twitter's pretty big, but this is something bigger, is that I have been doing streams on Twitch. Well, I haven't been doing streams on Twitch lately, but ignore that! There will be Twitch streams coming again soon, because I recently streamed for about 2 months with a schedule of like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and sometimes Wednesday, rarely Wednesday. I think I'll have to change that, but basically streams on the weekend over at twitch.com/pixelflickr, and I have loved them. I know I've loved talking to people, loved playing the games live, talking to people. It's been an absolute blast over there, dare I say. So come on, check that out too, if you so desire. The last point I wanted to make is that some of you have come to me asking where the old videos went. And I'm sure a couple of you, hopefully at least, that are watching this will notice that a lot of them are gone. And here's a little explanation for that. I thought that with this channel renaissance, I would get rid of some of the old cringy videos that I don't really like anymore and don't really think represent me, and not delete them, but make them, what's the word, not private, unlisted. So these are going to be called legacy videos from now on. Might put that in the titles of them, I think I might, just to differentiate them from the rest. But I put them all into a playlist, so if any of you ever want to see the old me, the old stuff I used to make for that period of a month or two where I uploaded daily with that horrible schedule, you can check them out still, you know? They're not gone, they're just hidden away, filed away, put away for future generations, for posterity. So go ahead and check out that Legacy Videos playlist down below. I will make sure to link it in many of the videos that I hope to be producing soon, just to get the word out that, hey, they're not gone completely. I just want them filed away to make room for the grand renaissance. But yeah, I didn't want to ever delete them because they do show me in the past, and I think the past is an important part. And we all learn, we grow, we look back on what we used to be, and I think that's important. We shouldn't hide our past. So that wraps up all the points that I wanted to make. If I somehow forgot something, which I probably did, now is the time, me in editing, to pause and to put on the screen whatever I missed. And before I end this video, I just really wanted to make a very sincere thank you to everyone who's watching this video right now. You know, thank you for giving me a chance. I hope you follow me through my future endeavors on this channel. I thank all of you who have followed me on Twitter, who have supported my art, who have been with me on Twitch, on Discord. You know, thanks for being with me through this. I've met a lot of you. We've become friends, a lot of us, and thank you for supporting everything I've done up until this point, and can't wait to see what the future holds. And I hope to see a lot of you along with me through this journey, because hopefully we can make something pretty cool, something pretty epic. So that is where this video ends. Thank you everybody so much for watching, truly. Subscribe if you'd like, give the video a thumbs up, rate it 5 stars, all that goodness. Be sure to follow me on Twitter for updates. Twitch will be streaming hopefully soon on the weekends again, which is always tons of fun. You know, we got people in chat talking, it's live, we're having a good conversation, and it's laid back. It's just good times on Twitch, hopefully on YouTube too. But Twitch, always a good time, you know? So come hang out there, that's pretty fun too. We've also got a Discord that is surprisingly pretty active. So come hang out there. We have fun. We have spontaneous VCs whenever we want. You know, sometimes we hold events. We just hang out there. We have a good time. We share memes. We laugh. Good times to be had everywhere, by Twitch, by Discord, by Twitter, by YouTube, by everywhere. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and as always, stay jablin', Jables.